Welcome back to Power Breakfast on CNBC-TV18. Now let's talk about the biggest news that came in last evening. SEBI has approved the changes to the mutual fund expense norms, thus reducing the headline expense ratio after deciding to exclude statutory levies from the expense ratio calculation. Yash is here to give us more details on this one. Yash, over to you.
Well, we had reported on CNBC-TV18 that market regulator SEBI's board is expected to take up the proposal of mutual fund total expense ratio, and the rates which it had proposed in the consultation paper are likely to remain at same levels except for certain minor changes. That's exactly what has happened. SEBI's board did approve the mutual fund expense limits, and the rates are largely similar to what had been proposed as far as the consultation paper itself is concerned. Now, interestingly, what has happened is that the concept of total expense ratio, market regulator SEBI has bifurcated that concept into two parts. BER, which is base expense ratio, and this rate would be excluding the external charges or external, statutory levies or duties like STT, CTT, GST, stamp duties, SEBI fees, exchange fees, so on and so forth. The rationale behind doing that is because these charges are not received by the mutual funds, but they go to external different parties. And also, these charges are not in the control of the mutual fund players itself. What is in their control is BER, which is the base expense ratio, and those ratios and the limits there have come exactly at the same levels as what was proposed in the consultation paper. Of course, these other charges over and above the BER not in the control of mutual fund players, and hence have been bifurcated. Another important relief that came for the mutual fund industry was in the form of the brokerage charges. SEBI in its board meeting has approved the brokerage charges, and the existing brokerage cap of 12 basis points, which includes these external levies, that has been reduced to 6 basis points. The fear somewhere was that it would be reduced to 2 basis points for equity transactions, but it has been kept at 6 basis points. For derivative transactions, from 5 basis points, it's been reduced to about 2 basis points. Here, the expectation and what had been proposed in the consultation paper was 1 basis point. So, of course, on both counts, equity transactions as well as derivative transactions, the brokerage charges have come as a relief. The limit which has been kept there has come as a relief for the mutual fund industry.
Absolutely, Yash. Thank you so much for that. We'll keep an eye out on those AMC stocks, the broker side stocks. So that is something we'll watch out for. But